Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, or at least as good as one as you can have. Good to see you, Tachi. You've been learning a lot about animals. Oh, that video you linked. Yeah, that was a neat video. I saw that you linked that in Discord. All right, we are playing Star Control 2 today. The Ur-Quan Masters HD. Hello, YouTube. We're going to be going up on YouTube also, obviously. I think that's correct. Yes, that is correct. Excellent. All right. Oh, his videos are great. I've seen some before. All right, so we have a mostly upgraded ship. We have stuff. We have visited the ores. Yeah, there's stuff we can do. I am actually going to go start working on something, which someone suggested in the comments on YouTube, which I appreciated. I was debating what I wanted to do next, and hang on. Before we go do that, I just heard what I should do. We should talk to Commander Hayes. So we can get some information so that we have a good reason to go do what I'm about to go do.
Hello, Captain.
Additional background information.
Certainly, Captain. What do you need to know?
Yes, cheetahs have psychological support dogs. Yeah, it's adorable and great. I would like some historical data.
What aspect?
I would like to know about the other star-faring races.
Which group of aliens?
The members of the Old Alliance.
Okay. Which race?
Let's talk about the Shofixti for no reason whatsoever.
The Shofixti are a race of intelligent marsupials who had been civilized for only a few decades when the war began. They were discovered in the Delta Gorno star system by the Yehat, who adopted and then uplifted the Shofixti, giving them advanced technology and cultural definition. Shofixti are noble and fearless warriors, Captain. In addition, their incredible fecundity and rapid maturation rate kept Alliance ranks solid even at the worst part of the war. You know, I once flew as an observer aboard one of their ships on routine patrol. We never saw the enemy.
I did talk to them about this, actually. We did talk about these last time.
Thinking about the glory device it had strapped to the bottom of its hull.
Right, we did have where they were. All right, we talked about all of those. Great. Okay.
What other?
I remember that now. Did we talk about did we do all the aliens? I think we did. We did talk about all the aliens. Yep. All right.
Would you like? What a...
Let's do historical information about the war. Sure.
Earth got involved late in the game in 2112 when the Chenjesu arrived in our solar system for the first time. So let's back up a few years to 2098 when the Chenjesu super-sensitive
we did this too,
detected
didn't we?
a strange signal from the Ophiuchi constellation. Though even the Chenjesu didn't know it, it was the first sign of the Ur-Quan's arrival. The Ur-Quan, having detected the presence of many sentient species, were beaming out an exulting hunting cry. The first direct evidence of the Ur-Quan's intent was the sudden conquest of the Umga, a solitary though not unfriendly species in the Orionis constellation. The Chenjesu, distraught by the invasion, were further angered when the Ur-Quan turned their fleets on the hostile but weak Ilrath race. A hastily assembled defense force of Myrna Hermann Chenjesu vessels turned the Ur-Quan fleet aside, but the invader moved into Spathi space, rapidly subjugating that race. With each new conquest, the Ur-Quan fleet grew larger as it added slave vessels to its ranks. Earth joined the Chenjesu to form the Alliance of Free Stars at about the same time as the Androsynth stars fell to the Ur-Quan Armada. Before the ink was dry on our agreement with the Chenjesu in 2116, a new race appeared in orbit around the moon and asked for admittance to the Alliance. It was the Arilu Lalile. Timing seemed unusual, and the Arilu were definitely weird, looking like saucer men from Mars, but we were too busy cranking up our mothballed heavy industry that we really didn't pay it much attention at the time.
All right. I think we did these, but we'll go through them again just because.
At the start of the war, here on Earth, we were working like crazy, churning out hundreds of heavy cruisers and
Here's the
small
problem having
support
played this game
vehicles.
as many times as I have.
The Ur-Quan were busy too. Unbeknownst to us, they had moved down towards the Luton Star Group and were attacking the Vux, who only the Yehat knew existed. Our botched first contact with the Vux took place in 2119, and it was the biggest single mistake we made during the war.
Kinda.
After defeating the Vux, the Ur-Quan fleets ran smack into the combined might of the Yehat and Shofixti, supported by the first wave of our cruisers. Again, the Ur-Quan turned away from the hard spot to attack the weak, though we just thought they were running away. In fact, the Ur-Quan had found another independent alien race, the Mecha, in the Brahe constellation. The Mecha's voluntary submission to the Ur-Quan brought the return of the Ur-Quan fleets, now swollen with 100 devastating Mecha pod ships. The last entrants to the conflict were the Sirene, a race of space gypsies who had escaped the hierarchy by moving their vast fleet of slow-moving habitats into human space. With the side set, the last Ur-Quan offensive began.
All right. How did the war end?
The Ur-Quan came roaring through Vux space and tried to push past the India and Mira star systems. Their onslaught was barely repulsed, and our counterattack made hardly a dent in the hierarchy forces, but we held the line. The coreward front remained intact. Over the following 10 years, there were many great battles between the combined Alliance Starfleet and the Ur-Quan and their hierarchy of battle thralls. Then in 2134, a dramatic shift in the balance of power took place. This must have been about the time the science research mission was sent to the planet of Vela. Our fleets were pushed back from the Indy-Mira line beyond Raynet. Holding Rigel caused grievously in Chenjesu forces, and the Ur-Quan, recognizing this weakness, shifted to focus the brunt of their forces on Procyon.
Oof.
That was the last we heard from the Chenjesu and the Murnaher. A few weeks later, waves of ships hit us from all directions. When Ceres Station, our outpost on the asteroid belt, fell to the hierarchy, we knew we were beaten, but we fought on anyway. 3 days later, the Ur-Quan vaporized our last remaining laser forts on the moon, and the dreadnoughts took up geosynchronous position above Rome, Moscow, Beijing, Tokyo, London, Buenos Aires, and Washington. We'd lost the war, and we knew it. But the Ur-Quan decided to make it real clear. And that's why if you check any of our most recent maps, you won't find Buenos Aires.
Why is it always Buenos Aires in science fiction? Like, the number of stories where Buenos Aires gets blown up in science fiction stories is just like... I think it started with Starship Troopers, the book.
After the UN submitted their formal surrender, we were given a week to decide the nature of our servitude. The Ur-Quan demanded that the decision be made through popular vote. When all the votes were tallied, Earth had chosen not to fight for the Ur-Quan. We had become a fallow slave world. We were given a month to withdraw all of our people and equipment to Earth. Anyone or anything left off-planet would be destroyed after the shield went up. Then the Ur-Quan broadcast an odd message. All objects of human construction more than 500 years old were to be abandoned. We didn't know what the Ur-Quan meant until they moved their dreadnoughts into new orbital positions and opened fire on the surface with their fusion weapons. In seconds, large sections of London, Paris, and other European cities were incinerated.
Why it is that they do
First,
that
we
constantly.
thought they were going to annihilate us after all. And we noticed they were also striking such targets as the Giza Pyramids, the Parthenon in Athens, and Stonehenge. Curiously, the United States was almost untouched. The flaming rain lasted 40 hellish hours. It took days after we crawled from our smoldering shelters to realize what the Ur-Quan had done. Our new masters had targeted every building, monument, or other man-made construction older than 500 years and destroyed it. In those 2 days, we lost most of the history of mankind. In some cases, the Ur-Quan destroyed places we did not even suspect were significant. From their positions in orbit, the dreadnoughts blew away a kilometer of land in central Iraq, vaporized several targets in the Amazon rainforest, punched a big hole through the Antarctic ice cap to destroy something deep under the surface, and melted a broad swath of the ocean floor in the southeastern Atlantic. Then, just a couple of days later, the shield went up, and our contact with the outside world stopped. The next time I saw the stars was 8 years ago, when I was transferred up here to be the new commander of this starbase.
All right. I am 95% sure. We'll do Ancient Galactic History next time.
Sure.
I am 95% sure we did that one already.
Fine. We shall...
Did the history of the war. Alright, so... The reason I wanted to read the aliens one is I wanted to make sure I had the information on where the Shofixti are. Delta Gorno. We're gonna go to Delta Gorno. Alright, so Delta Gorno. Let's see what the Shofixti did to their home system. Yeah, someone in the comments on YouTube mentioned that I was scrambling to get the Shofixti quest done in the last version I uploaded, so figures let's get it started a little bit early. All right, wait, that's a Shofixti ship. I recognize that. Hi? Hello?
Attention, huge alien vessel! Though most of my sensory instruments are malfunctioning, my mass indicator shows the huge size of your vessel, revealing you are none other than a disgusting Ur-Quan slime wad. I am the glorious Shofixti warrior, Tanaka. You killed my father, my mother, my many brothers, all 6 of my sisters. In fact, my entire species. Prepare to die!
So, the Shofixti are simultaneously one of my favorite things in the game, but at the same time, boy, they have not aged well. Like, a lot of the aliens have a little sort of stereotypical feel to them, and some of them have aged better and work better than others. This is not one of the ones that aged well. On the plus side, overall the Shofixti are presented well. But... No one insults us like that, you toothless, piebald, impotent roof rabbit!
You rip, bloodless sack of decaying flesh, Ur-Quan! You die! Die!
Alright. We have to waste fuel for this, but... Well, a fair bit of fuel, actually, but it's worth...
So, the cowardly slug spawn has returned. You were most fortunate last time, you hideous, poufless freak. But this time, I shall surely destroy your vessel. You slithering eater of putrid hairballs.
Those are mighty words from a dripping, snout-rotted little furball.
I will hang your withered reproductive organs from my posterior monitor. I see you're back for even more humiliation. You flatulent Ur-Quan puss-cup.
Look, Donkey Breath, one more insult and it's Vapor City for you.
Why, you wallowing, phlegm-filled, grunty belly licker, you... Hey, Ur-Quan never insulted me before.
Uh-huh.
Who did you say you were?
I am Captain Peterson from the United Federation of Worlds aboard the flagship Enterprise. Cease aggression immediately.
Oh, I am sorriest. I must be reprimanded. When we report back to Star Control, suddenly, your words ring in my ears. Captain, is this true? Have the Ur-Quan been destroyed? Has the ultimate sacrifice of my people resulted in freedom for the Alliance?
Yes, no, mostly no.
I am a defeated warrior, a worthless shell. I must die.
Hey, Eggplant. What this is, okay, so this is Star Control. This is a remake of a game that came out in 1992, originally, called Star Control 2: Ur-Quan Masters. The people who made the game, Toys for Bob, in 2002, released the source code to the SourceForge community to allow them to update it and make it runnable on modern PCs. And this is the HD remake version. They redid it in like 2012, I want to say, to make it sort of to tweak the graphics and do some fun stuff with it that way. The music's been remixed. This is the source code from the 3DO version as opposed to the PC version. This is released on PC and 3DO in '92. So this has the voice acting from the 3DO version, but not. And I'm using a bunch of remixes of the music that were done when the SourceForge people released it initially. And I'm using they're really cool little settings. You can use either the 3DO or PC, like menuing systems and all this sort of stuff. There are a lot of different settings you can flip through. They're really cool. The game is available for free, legally, on, crap, hang on, the link, well, the bottle pop posted the link, but, let me get the link anyways for the moment. Here we go. I'll drop a link in the chat if anyone's interested. There it goes. This is legitimately one of my all-time favorite games. Like, it might be my favorite game of all time. I discovered it when I was in my freshman year of college and fell completely in love with it. Shofixti, I'm now your new commander. I order you to not kill yourself. You're to remain here and guard your solar system.
To fight again? Against the Ur-Quan? Yes! But no. I cannot leave my homeworld unguarded. I will remain here and keep a solitary vigil. Goodbye.
That's sort of what I suggested, but that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, the Shofixti are... So the basic story, since you come in, weren't here for the beginning of it, Star Control 1 is a strategy game that covers the majority of the war between the Alliance of Free Stars and the Ur-Quan and its hierarchy of battle thralls. And that sort of ended a somewhat inconclusive spot. The war's not over, but whatever. This game is set 20 years after the end of Star Control 2. Star Control 1, I mean. And you are the descendant of a research team sent to a remote system that discovered a precursor starship factory. But you got cut off from Earth because the war just suddenly ended. And no rescue ship came because we sort of crashed on the planet. So after 20 years after flying there, they were able to build a skeleton of a precursor vessel, and you fly back to Earth with one lone Earth cruiser, and you to find out what the heck's happened and maybe to get a rescue team. And you find out that the Ur-Quan won the war, conquered everybody, and humanity has been trapped under a impenetrable force field on Earth for all eternity, basically. And the plot of the game is to basically to find a way to defeat the Ur-Quan. We found out that there is a group of... The Ur-Quan are big green sort of predatory centipede things. Turns out there's a group of big black centipede things that are also Ur-Quan that are not content with conquering and enslaving everybody. They want to just wipe everybody out. And that's where we are right now. We're talking to this is the last remaining member, as far as we know, of the Shofixti, who are a member of the Alliance of Free Stars. Well, in the later days of the war, they detonated their sun to try to blow up an Ur-Quan fleet. And they blew up an Ur-Quan fleet, it's just that there were a lot of Ur-Quan. Their ships are small, fast, nimble, and have a bomb on them that they can detonate to do a lot of damage to anybody nearby. Okay, this is why their system is now a white dwarf surrounded by lifeless husk planets. And this is the last remaining Shofixti as far as we're aware. I'm gonna go talk to him again. I managed to convince him not to blow me up, which is good.
Greetings, Captain. It is good to see you again.
They are a little bit of a little bit of a stereotype. So what's your report, Tanaka?
Nothing new to report, sir.
Okay. So what are you doing here, Tanaka?
I guard the homeworld. I seek revenge against its destroyers, the Ur-Quan, and their vile battle thralls. I await the return of the hero Mecha and the rebirth of my species.
So, what happened to your ship?
On my way home, I encountered a Vox intruder. Before I destroyed it, the Vox was able to affix some of those vile lipid things to my ship, and I had to return home at a greatly diminished speed. I did find one thing interesting, though, as I skimmed to the edge of Yehat space. I dropped into Zeta Sextantis to recharge some of my depleted energy cells, so I moved into the extreme inner system. There, right next to the sun, I found a very strange planet. It messed up my sensors somehow. That's why I could not recognize your ship at first. I'd never seen a planet like that before, so maybe you should investigate.
I will. That planet will not be even remotely useful. Nope, not at all. I'm lying, of course. When we're fighting, why didn't you use your glory device? Not that I'm complaining.
During my battle with the Vox, I decided to employ the weapon, but I guess I used too much gusto, and the switch broke.
I know what happened to their homeworld, so I'm not gonna not make him sad. Bye, Tanaka. All right, so there's nothing in this system that's really worth dealing with, so we're gonna go to Zeta Sextantis. The punk are moving. All right. I do have to head back to Earth at some point because I'm trying to keep tabs on one of my allies that I want to make sure I know what happens if I don't keep tabs on them, and I don't want to have that happen because it's sad. I don't want to be sad. So yeah, the really cool thing about this game, honestly, is there's a lot of stuff that you can do in different order. It's very open world. Oh, interesting, Kick Plant. I remember not being super fond of Chrono Cross when it came out. All right, Innermost Planet. But I don't remember. I remember because I'm a huge fan of Chrono Trigger. I remember not liking Chrono Cross as much. I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't like it as much. So, one of the aliens we've run into, the Melnerme, who are the local space merchants, mentioned that one of the things they would love to trade for is the location of what do they call Rainbow Worlds. This one has Class 3 weather, Class 1 tectonics, and low surface temperature, which means it's actually very mineable. And it's got a bunch of radioactives on it, so that is good for me. So let's go gather some radioactives. So yes, currently I have made friends with the Spathi, who were originally a member of the Ur-Quan's hierarchy of battle thralls. So I guess two Spathi ships. The Spathi are one of my favorite aliens. They're hilarious. They are cowardly mollusks who are also very, very, very smart. Let's grab this one up here. And they're hilarious. I have allied with the Ors, who are a Apparently a race of extra-dimensional... Oh, ow. Fucking lightning. Extra-dimensional horrors. But at least they're somewhat friendly to us, currently. On the plus side, their ships are really good, so... And this stuff is... This particular material is not very useful, but I'll grab it. I'll grab what there is here since I already landed. Alright. Alright, we might as well check the other planets in the system, see if there's anything else worth grabbing here. There probably isn't. So yeah, sort of the gameplay of this game is largely you fly around, you gather resources, you talk to various sentient beings, try to make alliances, try to find information, try to figure out what the hell's going on, and occasionally get into space combat. And try to build up your fleets, build up your alliances, and try to figure out a way to stop the Ur-Quan. Alkali World. Yeah, no, that's not really worth going down to mine. I mean, the minerals there are not useless, but they're not the best. So the biggest flaw with this game, in my opinion, is due to how old it is, it doesn't really have a way of tracking the information it gives you in-game. It doesn't have like a conversation logs or anything like that. Which I think would be very, very helpful. Because they give you a lot of really important information through the dialogue you have with the various sentient species you talk to. Which is great. Nah. But, yeah, so, needless to say, when it came out in 92, that was also not... That was an atypical, shall we say, so... I took a lot of notes, and most of my notes I've condensed down to sort of smaller files. Because they were beginning to fall apart, given how old they were. But yeah, yeah. So I know where a lot of stuff is that... Oh, that is a radioactive bit that's worth going down for, and we can grab the reds while we're there, which are not worthless. They're not great, but they're not worthless. But that chunk of acetine was worth it, so we'll grab a lander load of just stuff and take off. I won't bother coming back down for the rest of the corrosives, but... Alright, and we will move on. But yeah, I genuinely recommend this game to basically anybody to at least give it a try, because it's free. And you do not need to have played, that's Atlantic World, those are basically useless. Alright, cool. Before we go further, I want to check my notes. Yep, it is. And it very much is, it's got I think, an excellent plot. The story, it's a really well told story with a lot of really cool stuff. It's funny. It's tragic at times. It's occasionally very unsettling. Whoo! Yeah, last episode we did, that's up on YouTube, we found out what happened to the Andersynth, who were one of the antagonists from the first game. Eep. That's all I'm going to say right now. What was I looking for? Oh, right, yeah. Check to see if there's anything near me that's actually worth mining. Yes, there is somewhat near me, I think. If I'm where I think I am. let's see. Star map. Okay, the punk are moving. That's reasonably close. Yeah, there's some stuff in Yehat space that's worth doing. Alright, that's worth grabbing. Looting. I'm just gonna take a look see where that is. Luton is actually more on my way where I'm headed, so we're gonna hit that one up then. I'm gonna save those other two for later. I'm filling my notes on Oh, they're Vux. Great. Hi, guys.
Greetings from Vox, the last word in life-form destruction. To gain an intimate knowledge of our engines of war, simply place both hands over your eyes and count to 3.
By the way, the music in this game slaps. It's good. Let's play for a minute. We're not in a good bit yet. Let's see, wait if it gets... I forget if it actually plays the bits I'm thinking it's going to. It might not. Let's just keep on this loop. No, it's coming up to it. Maybe not. So why are you so hostile towards our species?
You are even uglier than I had thought possible. Can't you see you are making me sick? Please, foul creature, turn your head, or better yet, put a sack over it. Never mind. I have adjusted my display so it is dim enough to be tolerable. In answer to your question, our response is simple. We must attack you because our masters, the Ur-Quan, wish it so. Now, if you don't mind, stop nodding your head like that. We Vox do not share this range of motion, and it appears as though your neck is broken and you are a jabbering corpse. Ugh!
Is there another reason you hate us? Come on, tell the truth.
Do we need another reason? I understand. You refer to the first human encounter, the insult. What more can be said? On that day, your species proved its true crass nature. You see, we Vox pride ourselves on our open-mindedness, our ability to see beyond even the most bizarre and disgusting face like yours. But that insult was so low, so totally reprehensible, that we will never forget it. Yes, to be honest, that event pretty much fixed our attitude setting at abhor. I suspect we will despise you forever.
What if we apologize? Can we talk truce then?
Probably not. You see, although we Vox are highly reasonable beings who would never judge our race solely on its appearance, the magnitude of your Captain Rand's insult was such that we will probably never forgive your species.
We'll try anyway. People Earth hereby apologize to the Vox.
Nope. I didn't think that would be sufficient. It lacked conviction.
Okay.
Sorry, but I'm afraid we'll just have to kill you now.
Okay, that's unfortunate. All right, I am going to use... I guess we're going to use one of the... going to use Captain Rupatup for the Spathy here. So, all right, the Vucks are very slow, not very maneuverable, and they have a forward-firing death laser. They can also launch these little limpet things that will, if they latch onto your ship, will make you slower and less maneuverable. Spathy ships are fast, maneuverable, and have a rear-firing torpedo launcher. And a crappy forward gun. The Vucks also have a special power. They have a chance to warp in right on top of you, which can be abjectly horrifying if you're not careful. And he barely touched me with the laser, knocked up 2 crew. Damn. Gotta be careful about the... So yeah, my torpedoes don't have a lot of range, so I have to be careful. There we go. 2 more Vucks ships, and we're done with this encounter. Alright, last one, hopefully. Ah, just out of range. Okay. Yeah, it turns out the Spathy are actually very good against most of the Ur-Quan hierarchy ships, it turns out. Like, the only ship they're not great against in the hierarchy, if I remember correctly, is pretty much the Ur-Quan dreadnoughts. They're okay against it, but they're not particularly good. Yep, true. That is true, Tachi. All right, there are a bunch of Vuck ships here we're gonna have to avoid, but I'm going to mine this planet right here. It is a ruby. God damn it, overshot. And he's gonna come try to bother me. So yeah, what I'm gonna have to do here is I'm gonna have to basically sucker as many of them in as I can, so I don't have to. This is a trick that I learned ages ago about how to deal with the fact that they're going to come bother you. Basically try to lure as many of them in as possible and use the fact that you are faster and more maneuverable than basically... At this point in the game, my flagship is faster and more maneuverable than basically anything in space. I've upgraded... That's my first priority is speed and maneuverability on this thing. For exactly this reason. Oh, that and be able to outrun people in hyperspace. Yeah, I don't want to interact with them. I don't want to fight them. I'm trying to mine the planet, and if I need to pull them away from the planet. All right. So here we go. They're coming in. They're coming in. They're coming in. They're coming in. And now I fly past because I'm so much faster than them. There we go. This is a nice, safe one with a lot of exotics. Beautiful. Yeah. So many ships, Tachi. Don't mind me, Vucks. I'm just here to mine this planet here and then fly away. The other nice thing about this game is it has the super melee option, which allows you to just do space combat if you want to do, if you're just in the mood to fight blow up ships. Bye! Eh. I should probably just get out of here. The odds of there being actually stuff here, other stuff here I want to mine is not great, and I should probably get going. Alright. The Vucks are on the move, which is fine. We're going to head back to Alpha Centauri. And en route, we'll probably run into the Punk who are moving for some reason. I would like to talk to them about that. I'm gonna have to go back to Vux Space at some point. But what I want to do... Where are we in the star map now? Okay, we are... Great, that's beautiful. I'm okay with letting the Punk move a little bit, because we can convince them to turn around. They're off to do something daft. Which we don't want them to do right now. Alright, we are here to look for the Millinery Captain. I've already mined the 2 Ruby Worlds here, at some expense to myself. Let's see, where are you hiding, dudes? There you are.
Once again, we meet to exchange valuable tangibles. Isn't this fun? Now, what can we do for you today?
I have some items I'd like to sell.
What would you like to sell, Captain?
Do I have any other life forms? I do.
20
nice.
A
little bit extra.
Data we downloaded from your ship. Earn you.
Oh, right, from the Urs planet, right.
What would you like to sell, Captain?
Yeah, a rainbow. I know where a rainbow world is.
Your ship's log indicates that you discovered the whereabouts of one of the rainbow worlds, which so fascinate us. In exchange, we will give you 500 credits.
I would like to make some purchases.
What trade items would you like to buy today?
First off, I would like to buy, first off, let's tank up.
How much fuel?
Build the tanks.
Fuel transferred to your vessel.
Alright, we should be able to buy, I think, we could buy 3 pieces of technology, I think, which will be nice. But we'll buy at least, let's see.
Investment.
We're going to invest in technology, yes.
You are so right. These technological breakthroughs don't cost you credit. They earn you credit.
He's not wrong about some of them.
Of course, there is an initial charge, but each technological system item is guaranteed to be useful for something important somewhere in the galaxy at some point in the future. All technologies cost 150 credits. The technology we are now offering includes plans for building blaster weapons, twice as powerful as your
not what I really want right now, but that is actually a useful tech. Alright, we'll buy that.
Please remember that these weapons consume energy from your combat batteries faster than your familiar ion bolt guns. You may wish to compensate for this by building additional dynamo modules for your flagship.
I would like to.
The technology we are now offering includes specifications for constructing modifications to your planet landers.
That's a useful one.
Which will double their speed.
We'll take that.
Ah, yes, speed. An excellent choice for the relentless hunter and craven coward as well. These modifications are simple enough to be put in place immediately.
What's the next bit of tech?
Your landers should be properly equipped in no time. The technology we are now offering includes details on how to add point defense.
Oh, yeah, that actually... Oh, crap, I didn't want to buy that right. I didn't want to buy... I wanted to buy some info, but we'll buy that right now.
These little babies are great for defense, but because of their limited range, they may not make a good offensive weapon. However, the more you build for your vessel, the more damage each laser strike will do. The technology we are now offering includes plans for building improvements to your planet landers.
Which is a nice one we will want eventually, but I can't afford it right now.
To hostile aliens.
I'm down to 1 credit.
Forms. What else?
Alright. We are going to dip. I think I'm gonna take a look at the map when we get out of here. That saves my time.
That our Ur-Quan siblings are in need of our love and good counsel. We have waited far too long to return home and heal the wound that has kept our race apart these many centuries. When we arrive in the Serpentis constellation, we will greet our Ur-Quan brethren with warm hugs of affection, which, I am sure, shall be returned in kind.
Didn't you know it's time of year? This is the year of the swollen moon. Bad time to travel.
It is? We are so glad you warned us. No time to lose. We'll see you back in our home star system.
Yeah.
Bye.
So you do not want them to do this yet. You want them to do it eventually, but you want them to do it later. And I would like to have waited longer to convince them, but basically they have to get all the way over to in this area here, so you have some time. Yeah, we don't have in-game proof yet that that's how terrible an idea it is, but yeah. Let's offload our minerals, and I'm hoping... We'll see. Alright, let's talk to Commander Hayes.
Ah, Captain, I'm glad you're
back. We got multiple things.
Before we go on, I have something important to tell you. We're receiving a priority distress call from the Zokfod homeworld.
Well, not excellent, but I'm glad that's happening.
The signal was urgent but extremely weak. The only portions of the transmission that we can be sure of are help, Black Destroyer, planet under attack, help, worse than Zabranki, whatever that means, and finally, help. Also, we've detected a minute but measurable disturbance in the inner space fabric.
Which means we have time.
Approximate true space coordinate 100 by 50. Our scientists speculate that this disturbance may be caused by many thousands of hyperwarp penetrations, all in phase, as though a huge fleet of ships were on the move.
It was, but we've dealt with that. I've got minerals to offload.
Wow, you really hit the mother load this time.
I did. Goodbye, Commander.
Farewell, Captain.
All right. So we're going to go to Outfit Starship. All right. Let's see. Fusion blasters are 4,000 each. God, they're pricey. I can't afford them right now, actually. I'm going to leave the iron bolt guns on. I do want the point defense system. And I want another fuel tank. Alright, and then we're going to buy fuel. We're gonna need extra fuel, basically, is the reason I'm doing that. Wrong direction. What I'm doing, I'm gonna need a bunch of fuel, so I would love to have upgraded my guns, my actual guns, but I couldn't really afford it right now. Alright. Shipyard. Let's just recrew. Depart Starbase. We are off to go rescue the Zatvatpik. This is like the most, like, it is, technically speaking, what we're about to do has no plot, no actual, like, overarching plot relevance. But I'm going to do it anyways. And you'll see, I'll explain after we're done. Oh, I'm so glad I upgraded my ship with the point defense system. That is going to be a big freaking help. Holy cow. That makes dealing with the Ur-Quan a lot less painful. Star map, where are we? Okay, we are almost into Ur-Quan space. I have to start paying attention now. Because I want to avoid combat if I can. So far, okay, one squadron on the... 2 squadrons on radar. We made it. Did we make it in time? We did. Great.
We are the Ur-Quan Corps. Your presence here is premature. We fight the Khazar for supremacy of doctrine and possession of the Sarmatra. When the battle is won, our task is simple. We cleanse. You are the filth.
Please don't destroy the ship. We mean you no harm.
In the 20,000 years of our mission, we have heard more pleas for mercy than you can possibly imagine. Civilizations which saw their doom before them called upon their geniuses to calm us, to no avail.
I don't have the right dialogue for them yet. I haven't gotten it, which is unfortunate, but I was hoping to have it by now, but... Right. Captain Nargle, go get him. Ow. That was a mistake. The Korra ship is really, really good, but This path, you have a bunch of really funnily great matchups for them, and the Korra is one of them. I think I'm going to take out the one, which is nice. Yep, great.
Our savior, you have rescued us from certain destruction.
Howie, baby, that was a close one.
The black ship appeared in orbit several days ago and began raining down bolts of destructive energy on the surface of our planet.
Fortunately,
we were able to focus our planetary shield to deflect the energy blasts away from our cities.
Unfortunately,
large sections of our planet's beautiful wilderness have been annihilated, entire ecosystems destroyed.
Oh, that makes me really mad. I mean, attacking helpless, intelligent alien species, that's one thing. But toasting our cute little wood jukes and tree narcs, that is really low.
If the black ship had been accompanied by others of its kind, we wouldn't have been able to stop the rain of destruction. They would have killed us all.
Well, in that case, better those jukes and narcs than us, right?
Captain, it is clear that in matters of war, you are more capable than ourselves. With this in mind, we would like to give you our 4 finest starships and
I don't have room for all 4.
I hope they bring you many victories.
Thanks.
Try not to lose them all right away.
Yeah, okay. What's happening around here?
It's been pretty quiet, Captain. Nothing new to report.
Are you crazy? What about the Frungy Championships?
Why should we tell the Earth Captain about that? He wouldn't be interested.
Oh, yeah? How do you know?
Because I'm not even interested. Nobody with any brains is interested in Frungy.
Well, what about me, huh? I love Frungy. It's a sport of kings.
Gee.
Oh, all right. He wouldn't know any of the teams anyway.
News about the war between the two alien races?
No, we have nothing new
okay.
to report.
Nope.
They occasionally will later in the story. Alright.
Goodbye, Captain.
See ya.
Okay. So before we wrap up this particular episode, this particular part of the episode for YouTube, we'll be continuing the stream live. I want to mention, it is possible to screw that up. It is possible not to take too long and not show up to say this is off pick. In which case, they are in fact wiped out. The Korra wiped them out. They are gone. They are dead. They are gone. Your actions have consequences in this game. Like, literally, I screwed up my timing on that, and I felt horrible. Like, legitimately, I just screwed up timing on it. I did a long trip out, sort of scouring the galaxy, like, mining and discovering planets and doing stuff. And basically, by the time I got back, they had sent their distress call and had been wiped out before I even got back to Earth. And I felt kind of bad about that. I actually, the writing for it was good enough that I felt, like, that's the thing about this game. Like, I felt bad about these little, like, comedic little guys who don't really have no actual impact on the story, the actual, like, outcome of the big war or anything like that. Their ships aren't very good. But, like, you know, they're just these likable little guys who deserve better. I'm glad I was able to pull that off this time. But anyways, YouTube, thank you for watching. Be more episodes later on. I try to release 1 episode a day whenever I record. If you're watching live on Twitch, hi everybody. We'll be doing more in a bit, but that's going to do it for YouTube for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.